God bless you and good day. We bring again the Lord's Word and Lord's Vision. And I was very encouraged when I was doing yesterday's Bible study with a group of ministers. And the sense was that the Lord will get every one of his shepherds ready, under shepherds ready for the preparation of the bride. He will equip them, that this is his priority, helping the shepherds to feed the flock. And today's reading confirmed this to me from Isaiah 40, behold, the Lord will come with might. Isaiah 40 verse 10. The Lord will come with might, with his arm ruling for him. Behold, his reward is with him, and his recompense before him. So it's a scene of what his arm will do in judgment. But first thing, like a shepherd, he will tend his flock. Isaiah 40 verse 11. In his arm he will gather the lambs and carry them in his bosom. He will gently lead the nursing youth. So before the great day of judgment, this is what he says he will do. So Isaiah 40 is really the second part of Isaiah, when he's comforting in New Testament style his people, because he'll first comfort his people, and then of course there is judgment coming. A voice says, call out. What shall I call out? Verse 6, Isaiah 40, verse 6. When the glory of the Lord is revealed, and the mouth of the Lord has spoken, a voice says, call out. Isaiah 46. What is he calling out? Then he answered, what shall I call out? All flesh is grass, all its loveliness is like the flower of the field. Grass withers, the flower fades. When the breath of the Lord blows it, surely the people are grass. That's the judgment coming. But for God's people, he says, behold, the Lord will come with might, and he will secure his own. And it goes on to say how the judgment will unfold. Verse 15, Isaiah 40 verse 15, behold, the nations are like a drop from a bucket, regarded as a speck of dust on the scales, but God protects his own. So this is the theme of Isaiah 40, how like a shepherd he will look after his own. And then I was given this picture of myself. He said, 70 days ago I picked you up with with the straw, the wood, hay, the stubble, the empty, the chaff. He took me, he said, I took you in my left hand, and I was going to drop me to your right hand. And in between, I just blew on your chaff and blew on your empty, so that all that was not precious was blown away. And here in my right hand, that I have collected the good grain for your great harvest in these end days. So this is what he will do to each one of us, how gently he will drop us from his left hand to right hand, and in between he will blow away the chaff and collect the good grain for the harvest he has for us in this time, by showing us again. That's what the Lord is doing, and he has said many times that he has kept us here in these days in a rundown world, because his highway has begun, and to call out from that highway, comfort, call out from that highway, that many people will see the destruction in the world. Many people will understand how fake science is, how what they made God out of has treated them so cruelly, ruthlessly, because survival of the fittest, struggle for existence is the name of the game. When global elite are ruling and taking over science and economies, it's a time to fall into the hands of the Lord. And that's what's happening, and we are encouraged to share the gospel with everyone whom we can. And then when all who will be saved is saved, the Lord will come. That's the second coming. Then the other picture I had this morning was that he was seated behind a table with a pair of weighing scales, and he's weighing, and I'm in front of the table, and with outstretched arms and waiting for help. And he said, I'm weighing you, I'm measuring you, and I supply freely what you lack. That's how the Good Shepherd does it to each one of us. Supply freely what we lack. Then he said, come on my side, and when you weigh and measure, discern and what others need, do unto others as I have done to you. When you find need, when you find shortcoming, no judgment. just supply the Spirit of Christ that I supplied you with. You supply others with the same measure I measured out to you. You measure out to others. So this is the weighing scale of God. And when shepherds, as shepherds, we sit and discern. We are to move in the Spirit of Christ in meekness and quietness. And he brought forth beautifully Zephaniah. Today, Zephaniah chapter 3. So Zephaniah continues the theme of judgment so eloquently, and you wonder how these Old Testament prophets understood God's timeline, Zephaniah 1:14, near is the great day of the Lord, near and coming very quickly. Listen, the day of the Lord, in it the warrior cries out bitterly, a day of wrath in that day, a day of trouble and distress, That's the theme of Zephaniah. Then he comes to Zephaniah chapter 2, how the chaff before the decree takes effect, the day passes like the chaff before the burning anger of the Lord comes upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger comes upon you. He says, seek the Lord, all you humble of the Lord. So that's our portion. Seek the Lord, all you humble of the earth. And that's our message to others who are still dilly-dallying and rejecting. Seek the Lord, all you humble of the earth. Those who have carried out his ordinances, seek righteousness, seek humility. Perhaps you will be hidden in the day of the Lord's anger. That's our conviction, and that's our confidence. Lord will keep us safe. And in Zephaniah chapter 3, he says how these things will ride through, but I will live among you. Zephaniah chapter 3:12, a humble and lowly people, they will take refuge in the name of the Lord. Shout for joy. So what is Israel's promise is our promise also. Lord has taken away his judgments against you. He has cleared away your enemies. And do not be afraid. The Lord your God will be in your midst, a victorious warrior. He will exult over you with joy. He will quieten you in his love. He will rejoice you with shouts of joy. Praise the Lord. This is what we look for. At that time I will bring you in. Indeed, I will give you renown and praise among all the peoples of the earth. I restore your fortunes before your eyes. So this is the promise for God's people, while on the other side of the event is a world rushing to Armageddon and judgment. So may this word strengthen you to be on the Lord's side. God bless you. God keep you.